Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Institute's web chat. I'm joined by Mickey Silverman and David Fortney, co-chairs. I'm David Cohen. And we thought we'd touch base with you all and kind of give you an update post-NILG conference and just some general information and share some stuff about OFCCP, things that we've heard. And Mickey, why don't you kick it off, and what's going on with OFCCP?
Yeah, so Tom Dowd, the acting director for the OFCCP, was at the ILG conference last week and gave a keynote speech. And one of the main themes was communication and relationship with the contractor community. It was refreshing to hear it. He said it in a very sincere way, that the agency is looking for greater coordination and communication, cooperation with the contractor community. And one immediate outcome of that, which we're thrilled about, David,
yes, we are,
is the Institute for Workplace Equality has its conference in Atlanta on November 15th and 16th. And Tom Dowd has just committed to speaking at the Institute's conference. So immediately he's putting his money where his mouth is. He is coordinating, communicating, and reaching out to the contractor community.
And of course, if there's, because Tom is acting, if there is at that point a confirmed director, it would be that person instead. So
that's right.
It's nice. It's nice partnering, and it'll be great to hear from him.
So encouraging signs from the OFCCP. David Cohen, I know you've been doing some good work for the Institute and the contractor community on VETS 4212. Why don't you update us on that?
Yeah, we've been trying to get some clarity on this issue, because we have the VETS 4212 that's coming up, and we've got the EEO-1 component 2 that I guess, Dave, you'll give us an update on that. But what we've been trying to do at the Institute is get the Department of Labor and VETS to move the reporting date to align with the EEO-1 report. We sent a letter to the Labor Department. We finally got a letter back. So here is the situation with the VETS 4212 report. The bad news is this: you all will be reporting this September 30. Nothing has changed. Same report as last year, same reporting time frame, September 30. Thereafter, this is what we have been advised, that you can use the same roster snapshot that you are going to use from the fourth quarter of 2017 to report your EEO-1 report in March. You can use that same exact roster for your 4212 filing in 2018. So in a nutshell, this is the last year where you'll essentially have to pull two different rosters. You will file, once again, this September 30 for 4212. Thereafter, you will pull a data file, clean it, scrub it, all the stuff that we do. File your EEO-1 in March, and then file your 4212 in September using the same roster. So the only outstanding question as of today, David, is what is going on with the EEO-1 component 2 report, the comp part.
There we go. Right, which has been sort of a bane of our existence since it was first proposed. We have been strongly in opposition to this idea, and from the hearing that was held, but of course, as we all know, that's now scheduled at this point for the new first reporting of compensation with the new EEO-1 report to go in the end of March 2018. The final step in implementing that new compensation reporting is for the approval by the Office of Management and Budget. And the acting chair of the EEOC, Victoria Lipnick, has been very vocal that she is an opponent. She opposes this new requirement, but she was outvoted, frankly, by the commission, and it was approved by the prior administration. But this final review step is occurring right now as we speak at OMB. We understand, and Acting Chair Lipnick stated that she anticipated a decision coming from OMB by the end of August. So the contractors, if we have to do it, we need to know, so we've got time to revise our systems accordingly. but specifically the review is over at a sub-office at OMB called the Office of Information Regulatory Affairs. Great Washington name, OIRA, for obvious reasons, that's what they call it. They've got an interesting person heading that. Do you want to chat about that a little bit, Mickey? Because I know you've looked at her a little bit, her background.
Yeah, and so this is Naomi Rao, that's her name, and she was previously professor of law at George Mason University, right. And her specialty has been deep thinking about the administrative state. You know, not to bring the White House into this, but we know that Steve Bannon and others there have spoken about the notion of deconstructing the administrative state. Long before Trump came in, Professor Rao was looking at this, thinking about it, and writing on it. Right. She comes with quite a pedigree. She had worked on the Hill as legal counsel before she had gone in as a law professor for the last several years. And now she has been confirmed by Senate as the head of OIRA. Right. And she is charged with really being on the front line, examining this EEO-1 pay data and work hours reporting to determine benefit, burden, utility, whether this should go forward.
Right. So she is the decider. So one thought for the contractor community, because this is really important that this get killed, and this is the last opportunity that we see at this point. Communications to OIRA are appropriate. Anyone can do that. We're all taxpayers. Contractors can contact directly the Office of Management and Budget or OIRA. It can be very simple. We are concerned about the burdens and costs posed by the requirement to report compensation data in the EEO-1. Please disapprove that proposal. Or words to that effect. I mean, there's no magic language, but hearing from the regulated community is important. It will help move the needle. And this is one of the things I think many contractors took as a given that the Trump administration was going to kill, and that has not been the response so far.
And the last point on that is the uncertainty around it, I think, is creating the greatest consternation for employers. You want a clear path forward. What do we need to do resource, systems, staffing-wide? If the answer is this is going to go live, then tell us that and let us move on it. Hopefully the answer is they reduce the burden or perhaps roll this back entirely.
Yeah,
we'll
so
see very soon.
So as I said in my presentation at the conference, it's we're looking at either repeal or repeal and replace.
Correct.
How has that gone so far?
Yeah, and so
who knew it'd be this difficult? I mean, who knew that?
So I think it'll be interesting. I think we'll know within the next couple of weeks, which is a good sign.
Right.
I've told my clients to just kind of stand down on system changes for the next couple of weeks till after Labor Day. My prediction, I think we're going to see that they're going to delay the report to study it for a year. I think that's probably the most, from a political perspective, probably not the worst decision that they could make. So we shall see, gentlemen.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining. Stay tuned. Once again, check out our website if you're interested in attending our fall conference. And Tom Dowd will be joining us along with our faculty. Lots of good topics. Take a look at our agenda and sign up. Thanks so much.
Sounds great. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.